Hello, hello, collective. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Collective, you have quite a few cards here. So we've got the I can't pick anything up. I got my nails done. You've got the Shaman and Gnosis, the Flame and the Shapeshifter, the Offering, the Creator, and the Starborn and the Forest. Collective, I mean, I feel like there's an idea of it, like a deep understanding of what it is that you need to let go of. The Gnosis is a deep understanding. It's also cyclical learning. And I just kind of feel like there's an idea here of really knowing through the cycles, like what it is that you need to let go of and why. Like what is it that you're holding on to that's holding you back? Whether that's emotionally or physically or just like mentally, like you're just kind of like running something over in your head over and over again. I just kind of feel like there's like something that you really just, you got to release it. Because what it is that you're drawn to, what it is that you're seeking to create, the direction that you're wanting to move in, it's requiring you to really just like show up differently for yourself. The shapeshifter is the idea of showing up differently. And I just kind of feel like there's this idea of like, well, I'm showing up for myself differently now. I'm showing up, um, you know, I don't know. I just kind of feel like as this version of me that it's like if you know you can do all of these things for other people, why don't you do that for yourself? You know what I mean? And I just kind of get this feeling of like, I'm like, it's cool, like I'll do it for myself. I don't know, there's this maybe there's something that you were really wanting and you were like waiting and waiting and waiting for somebody to like offer something to you until you realized that like this person is never going to offer you anything. You know what I mean? Like what are you holding on to? Whether it's a job and you're like, well, I keep trying for this job, or I applied to this company, I applied to that company, and none of it's really working. And it's just kind of like, well, because that's not where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be putting your energy on what it is that you want to create. So let go of those, I just feel like security blankets, right? Like, and we all have them, and they're not bad as long as they don't prevent you from doing what it is that you need to do. And I just kind of feel like for a lot of my signs, there has been this idea of these ends and this, like this closure, this completion of all of these cycles. But what's happening is that you are clearing out the things that are holding you back energetically, and refocusing your attention on who it is that you are now that you've had all of these experiences, because every experience that we have is going to change us somehow, right? And I feel like you've changed somehow through an experience that's really prepared you to go in the direction that you need to go. I mean, the forest is the idea of paths not yet charted, and the starborn is the idea of really like stepping up, stepping out, coming out into your like the bigness of who you're meant to be, feeling drawn to what it is that you want to create. Let's do some more clarifiers, collective. Because, I mean, obviously, this can play out in so many different ways, because I just feel like I can hear all these people saying, yeah, well, that person's never going to do this, or yeah, well, I asked that, and da da da, or well, da, da. I don't know. I feel some grumbling going on in the background with that. And if that's how you're feeling about it, then I would say, like, take a deep breath and refocus your attention. What is it that you enjoy? What is it that excites passion in you? And start with that, The Nine of Cups, the Ten of Swords. Yes, because, I mean, really and truly, you guys, whatever it is that has ended, whatever it is that you're releasing, you've gained a lot from it, right? There have been a lot of experiences that have opened your eyes in a lot of ways, that have prepared you for that next step, that next adventure that you're going to be going on. And for a lot of you, I do kind of feel like it is an adventure. Maybe there was I don't know, I'm just trying to think of examples. But like, maybe there was something that you were offered at one point in time and you didn't really want to do that. You were like, that's not the path that I want to take. And I know a whole lot of reasons why that's not the path that I want to take. And now maybe there's a path that you had been interested in previously and it looks a lot different, right? I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and hopefully you guys will see her on here at some point, but she studied herbalism for a long time, and is kind of, like re-engaging with that. And it's just kind of like, well, what is it that ignites your passion? And maybe when you went to do that the first time, you didn't have all the resources that you have this time, right people, right places, right time. And, I feel like you were in the right places, around the right people, at the right time. And the doors that are opening for you are still, or the doors that are opening for you are doors that are doors that you really wanted to be in or go through previously, but for whatever reason couldn't, and maybe the door looks different and it's a different community and it's a different group of people, and it's like you just align with those people better, your energy flows with those people. You have a mentor when you didn't have a mentor before, however that plays out for you. But I do kind of get the feeling that whatever offering it is that you're receiving, it feels like one that is really just like taking all of those things, finding the good in them, and then going in that direction. You have the Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. And again, whatever this message is, whatever this offer is, it's something that really, I feel like you're committing to it. Like you're going for it. I mean, this card in this deck is just kind of like a message, like a DM, a text, an email, I don't know, however you end up communicating with these people. Maybe you were, at dinner with friends and you met this person, like mutual friends, and you were like, oh my God, like you do all of those things. Those are, like however that plays out for you. But I feel like it really sets you into action and picks you up and pulls you out of that slump that you were in when you were feeling that energy of like, oh, like, I know that I had to let that go. I know that wasn't my path, but now what am I going to do? You know what I mean? But it's like, when you're really honest with yourself, you already know what you're going to do. You already know what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like you already have a game plan set out. You've had it for a long time, I think. Sometimes I feel like life is like a video game. And like you go down in those, I don't know, because my son always plays those like first person shooter games or whatever, but like you can go down the like one path, and there might not be anything, like in terms of taking you to that next level, but then you found this life pack and now you have all of this extra energy, and you know what I mean? That's what this feels like, but like, real life, not a video game. And it's like, once you get that energy, then you have the strength to go through that door, and you wouldn't have been able to go through that door otherwise, that kind of energy. Did you want to come in? What are you doing? You coming in? Just gonna paw at the door. Okay. Sorry, you have Temperance, the Page of Swords, the Ten of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Well, I mean, I love this because, again, it's just this idea of like, there's emotional fulfillment, and there's balance, and there's something that you've been rooted in and something that you've been working on. And maybe it was something that you were doing on the side. Maybe it wasn't something that was like your full focus, but it just kind of feels like whatever it is that you weren't like putting a whole lot of focus into, I feel like that's what you are passionate about, and that's the direction that you're actually going to go. And I think that when you go in that direction, there's just a lot of celebration around it, right? I mean, you're just kind of like stoked, because if there's something that you've always wanted to do and you just didn't do it, and you just didn't do it, you just didn't do it, and you had your reasons for it, and you wanted to do it at one point in time, but just like it wasn't falling into place for you. I feel like it's falling into place for you now. I feel like you're going in directions that you wanted to go in, but you just really had to let some things go first. I got it. The Lovers and the Nine of Wands. Well, I mean, the Nine of Wands is the idea of just being exhausted with. I mean, I feel like there's an idea of a relationship here for some of you all. Just like I'm exhausted with this. I don't want to be in this relationship. I don't really like this person. Like they're filling a hole, but it's almost like when you try to fill the hole with something that's like not the correct filler, that the hole almost feels bigger, or it feels like it somehow is like even a bigger issue than it was before. So, maybe it's a relationship that you're walking away from. But whatever it is, when you make the decision to walk away from it, you walk into something so much healthier, something so much better, something so much more beneficial for you and healing for you in that next leg in your journey. And I think that next leg in your journey is really going to be an easy decision to make, because it's something that you're already loving. It's something that you're already passionate about and care about, right? And you've got some things coming in. I don't know. I mean, yeah, obviously you can be on either side of the story for any of these reads. So it could be that, you're the one making an offering, and that in order to, move forward with something, like you have to let go of a battle, the shadow and the warrior, because that battle is not going to get you anywhere. That battle is not going to do you any good. And I feel like that energy it's just not right now, it's being cleansed out. It's being washed away. It's being, it's being cleared. And thank God for that. All right, collective, if this does resonate with you, please do give me a like, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all again soon. Bye.